Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. Last week, Melissa and Louie were cut in a dramatic double elimination. Well, guess what? There's a double elimination this week, too. Will it be as dramatic? Maybe. There's less people now. Alright, so tonight, there's going to be group dancing. It's either going to be a Paso Doble or a Tango. And then everybody else has, like, for their solo dance, like, I don't know how they arrived at picking the dance that they did for the solo dance, but everybody's was pretty much different. Alright, so the pros decided to put on a little exhibition dance. So 6 of them got together and they did a group Paso and a group Tango. So they were Edita, Tony, Chelsea, Jonathan, Alec, and I could not for the life of me figure out who the third pro woman was. So if anybody knows, please put it in the comments because I had no idea who it was. Alright, so yeah, there's fug going on tonight in the ballroom because some of the, well, not some of, all of the stars had to design the costumes for themselves and their partners tonight. So 3 words, kids, hideous. It was awful, scary. So Michael and Anna started off the dancing of the solos with their Foxtrot, and I thought he had a blast during his Foxtrot. It was a personal best for him. It's really showing how much he's trying, and he's definitely improving week over week. And best part was the costume was classy and tasteful, so they ended up with a 23. Donny and Kym were up next with their Quickstep. I thought he did a pretty good job. There was quite a few mistakes though, but he didn't really make them so obvious, so it didn't really suck. His costume, on the other hand, was horrible. I mean, his was okay because he was just wearing a suit, you know, with tails. But Kym's costume was like, it was like some kind of weird hobo bondage suit with the crappy straps of fabric and glitter. It was just bad. Alright, so they ended up with a 24. Mark and Anna, because, let's see, Lacey probably has the flu. So Anna was filling in for Lacey, and they're doing the Samba, but he was in New York filming his show, Iron Chef, and Tony just happened to be in New York, Tony Dovolani, so he filled in as the girl at one of the first or second rehearsals, and then Anna filled in and did the actual dance with him once he got back to LA. So there was a respectable Samba role in it. It wasn't perfect, but at least they attempted something a little bit difficult. I gotta give him some kudos because, yeah, he went through a lot this week, but the dance was pretty much a cluster. It was pretty much, The costume was pretty good though. It was coming off a little Mardi Gras, but it was fine for the Samba. And how many other people thought that he was going to, like, totally not be able to get up after he did that jump off the steps at the very beginning of his dance? It was, like, really scary. I wasn't sure he was going to get back up. I'm going to have to review the tape on that one. The judges were not feeling this at all. He only ended up with a 19, so he must be at the bottom. So Mya and Dmitry were up next. They had a Foxtrot, and joy, 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 Cloris Leachman showed up to help them out. And when she started talking about being at Gene Kelly's house and Fred Astaire was there, I was salivating. It was fabulous. I was like, go on, Cloris, go on, tell me more, because I'm a huge fan. Alright, so they had this little shadow beginning and end to their dance, which I thought added a little interest, and I knew Len wasn't going to like it, and sure enough, he didn't. The middle of the dance, you know, beside the shadow part, I thought was really perfect. I mean, it was fresh. They put a new spin on it. Yeah, so it wasn't a traditional Foxtrot, but isn't this show about getting out of the box a little bit, Len? Do we have to do everything, you know, rote? So the costume was classy too. I thought it was probably the best designed costume of the night, except for Dmitry's tie flapping around in the breeze all the time. Couldn't they have given him a tie clip? Didn't they wear this costume in a dress rehearsal and they knew that that was going to happen, because that was pretty sloppy. Alright, so yeah, Len did have a major stick up his arse because he only gave them a 7 and they ended up with a 25 when they should have been tied for first place. So Aaron and Karina, they had a jive. Aaron's been having a little bit of trouble keeping up because his last 2 dances were pretty slow. So she took him to a sports trainer and it ended up paying off because he kept up pretty well. There was a couple of trouble spots. The judges didn't really mention it, and I'm, you know, kind of PO'd about that. And did you see the major vein in his forehead? I was praying that an aneurysm wasn't going to bust open. So I thought her costume and his costume were the best male-designed costumes of the evening. Yeah, they ended up with a 29. I'm not exactly sure if they deserved it or not. So, Kelly and Louie, they had a salsa. She started out a little bit shaky, but as the dance went on, I thought she felt a little bit more comfortable and the choreography was a little bit better towards the end of the dance for some reason, and I really enjoyed it when it was over. So, the costume, on the other hand, though, it was Fug Central. The best part of it was when the pants came off, because he had on these snuffleupagus pants that were just, like, ridiculous, and the color blue that they were was like this robin's egg blue. It was like, ugh. So they had a 24. Joanna and Derek had the last solo, and they did a Rhumba. Sexy. It would have been perfect if she hadn't lost her balance and stumbled at that one point, but I don't even know if you could blame her for that because I think she stepped on her costume. The dance was smoking hot. Yeah. They ended up with a 27. I think they got robbed. Alright, so it's time for the team dances. Team Paso was up first, and that was Aaron, Mark, Michael, Mya, and their partners. Michael, of course, was the worst. He dragged the rest of the team down. He couldn't hit his marks. He was never in alignment with everybody else when they were showing the overhead shots. Mya, of course, was the best, followed very closely by Aaron. They ended up with a 24. Thanks, Michael. Alright, so Team Tango, that was Joanna, Donny, and Kelly, and their partners. Donny was getting the flu during rehearsal, so I think he still has it. I think they just did a major makeup job on him because he was suffering a little, I think. Karina ran up to everybody at the end of the performance and started spanking them because, oh, horrors, there was a lift. Get over it already. They're not a bunch of babies. They were better than the other team. Yeah, definitely better. Not by much. I mean, I think the judges were a little bit overly kind with their 28 for everyone. You know, Joanna was good. Kelly was, and Donny was, but they didn't suck. Alright, so tomorrow, it's another double elimination, which means there's a dance-off. So you know how it goes. The lowest score goes home, and number 2 and number 3 have to fight to the death. Oh my God. Somebody get out the paddles because Rod effing Stewart is here. I didn't even think he was still alive, to tell you the truth. And also performing Colby, Calais, and Mark and Derek with their band Ballas-Hough. So yeah, you don't want to miss it. Till tomorrow night, much love.